That is my life. You never tell me that my face is showing. Oh, the fuck did Pius? Take me.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Good. It's still morning. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah. Want to apologize for the delay.
It's okay.
Yeah. So let's begin. All right. Let me introduce you and then the show to our viewers. All right. My name is Pius Kadon, everyone, and then I want to welcome you to yet another edition of the show Political Clinic on the News Chronicle. Today, we're going to be talking about the culture of mass defection and the erosion of political accountability. And of course, I have a revered political analyst join us on the show via Zoom. And I'm talking about Mr. Jide Ojo. Sir, you're welcome.
It's my pleasure, Pius. Happy
Yeah.
New Week and Happy New Month.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So I'm going to start it this way. Last week, the National Assembly, on Friday precisely, pledged urgent amendment to the Electoral Act to stem the rising tide of defection by elected officials, warning that the trend threatens Nigeria's democratic integrity. Clerk of the Assembly, Kamaru Ogunlana, made the commitment at a symposium in Abuja, honoring the Director General of the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies. So what this means is that the National Assembly is concerned about the wave of defection and what it does to Nigerian democracy. I want you to, put things into perspective. What do you think about the recent move by the National Assembly to stem the tide of mass defection? And then putting in mind that defection on its own is not completely a bad thing. But then I want to get your perspective on this.
Thank you, Pius. Incidentally, I was at that event in Abuja where that statement was made. That's the 6th anniversary of Professor Solomon Olarewaju Abubakar, 6 years stewardship at the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies. Issues around defection is a long time honored issue. And it's a global practice that those who are dissatisfied with the goings on within their political party system are at liberty to leave their party for another. It's called cross-carpeting in a parliamentary system. And it's a global phenomenon. People have done it in US. We've seen, what's his name? There is a senator who is currently tackling Donald Trump, was a former presidential aspirant on the Republican Party, but has moved to join the independents in US. This is a recent history. If I remember his name, I think Bernie Sanders. I think it's Bernie Sanders. He left Republican Party to become an independent. So it's not like this issue of defection is peculiar to Nigeria. And the law is very clear as to what ground you can defect. For instance, Section 68, subsection 1G of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as also said, you cannot defect except on the ground that there is a division within a political party at the headquarters of that party. That's what the court has ruled. That it's not just a division at the world level or local government level or at the state level. If there's a division at the headquarters, at the apex of that party, then if you are a federal lawmaker, you can defect. But how will you prove defect? How will you prove that there is there's crisis in the leadership. It's left for the court to determine whether disaffection, disagreement, conflict is tantamount to crisis and that could be used to as a ruse to defect. And so what, unfortunately, where I see a gap in electoral jurisprudence, Pius, is the fact that while there are consequences for defection without due process at the state and national assembly level, there is no such punishment for governor and the president if they so wish to defect. Don't forget that several governors have defected from the party that brought them to power to join another party. And even we have seen former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, who defected from PDP in 2007 to join the Alliance AC, that's Action Congress. Even when he was the vice president, he moved from PDP when it was clear that his principal, Segun Obasanjo, was not going to support him to take over for him. Atiku Abubakar left PDP to join the Action Congress and became the presidential candidate of Action Congress in 2007. People must not forget that. And when that happened, former President Olusegun Obasanjo declared the seat of Vice President Atiku Abubakar vacant and told the INEC not to allow his nomination as a presidential candidate in 2007. And what happened thereafter? Atiku Abubakar challenged his removal as vice president and the fact that his nomination was not upheld by INEC. He went to court to challenge it, and Supreme Court declared in 2007 that the joint ticket that brought in a president and vice president, governor and deputy governor ends after inauguration, that there is no more joint ticket after inauguration, and that Atiku Abubakar was right to have defected, and that it does not matter whether the president is a member of the PDP and the vice president is a member of the Action Congress. And the Supreme Court has since then, since 2007, affirmed that it is okay for a governor to defect from the party that brought them to power to another party without consequences. I recall that former governor of Abia State, Theodore Orji Ochendo, that is his nickname. Theodore Orji came to power on the platform of PPA, Progressive Party Alliance, Abi. The party was PPA. It was established by his predecessor, Orji Uzor Kalu. And Orji Uzor Kalu, when he established PPA, he was able to win election in Imo and Abia. But what happened? He lost the two states because before the end of their tenure, the two governors of PPA in Imo and Abia defected. Theodore Orji defected from PPA to ABGA. Within another few weeks, he left ABGA to join PDP. And nothing happened. Heavens did not fall. Since then, we have seen several governors like the current minister of Works, Dave Umahi, who became everything under PDP. Don't forget that Dave Umahi was